Do long arms actually give you an advantage in Gorilla Tag? You see, I was just playing in a competitive lobby when I saw multiple cheaters all using long arms. And that got me wondering this question. So that's what we're going to be doing in today's video. Also guys, before the video starts, I'd really appreciate it if you went ahead and pressed the subscribe button. It would really help me out. Also, this took me forever to make. Right, let's get onto the video. Okay, so if you didn't already know, the way people give themselves long arms is by using a setting called world scale, which basically makes the world smaller. The first test we're going to be doing is going to be ground. So we're going to go from double walls all the way down to death wall. 3, 2, 1, go! Okay, that wasn't that bad of a time. Alright, so while we're here, we might as well just go ahead and do walls. Alright, so what we need to do, we need to get from the bottom of the wall all the way up to the top of the wall. So let's go ahead. 3, 2, 1, let's go. Bang! Okay, that was a pretty solid time, I'm not gonna lie. Alright, so as you can see behind me, I have the double walls. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and start by pinch climbing. 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, I know I said pinch climbing, but that's just how I do, so. Alright, so now I'm gonna go ahead and test the wall bounces. Let's go. Overall, not that bad. Alright, we have one more thing to test. And the last thing we're gonna go ahead and test is gonna be elevator climbing. And I'm also gonna go ahead and go into third person so you can see this one better. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and start in 3, 2, 1, go. Alright, that is going to be the end of double walls. Let's go on to the next mechanic. And the next mechanic we're going to be doing is going to be branching. So let's get on to that. Now, all I'm going to do for this part is I'm just going to go ahead and do some branching routes. Okay, so now that's done over with, let's go on to the actual parts of branching. Now, the very first thing I want to test is going to be under branching. Now, you obviously saw me doing a bit of under branching, so I'm assuming this is going to be alright. So let's go ahead and start. Okay, not that bad. There are a couple of other places I want to practice under branching, like here. That wasn't that bad. And then this is the last part I want to try under branching. A bit uncontrollable, but overall not that bad. Let's try that again. Alright, so now I'm going to go ahead and test whatever this mechanic is. Alright, let's go ahead and try that. Ooh! That's not that bad, actually. Okay, the very last mechanic I want to test before we go on to the long arms part of the video is going to be bridge gliding. So if you don't already know what bridge gliding is, basically you just go underneath the bridge and just push yourself back. Now I want to go ahead and try that in full motion so you guys can see what that is first of all, and second of all, how it performs. Ooh. Now let's get on to the long arms part. Also, quick disclaimer, only use long arms in private modded lobbies. I do not condone of any modding in this video. I just wanted to say that. Let's get onto it. Alright, I have the long arms on, and whoa, that makes me tall. First thing we're going to be testing is going to be ground. So let's go on to that. Alright, 3, 2, 1, go. Alright, okay, not that bad to be fair. Alright, let's go on to the walls now. I'm going to be starting in 3, 2, 1. Whoa! Bang! That wasn't that bad either. Let's get on to the double walls. Alright, we are now on the double walls. Let's try that pinch climbing thing, but not really pinch climbing. Okay, that didn't feel too much faster than before. Alright, let's now try wall bouncing. And that felt so much faster. Lastly, let's go ahead and try elevator climbing. And again, just like before, you're going in third person so you can see this better. That was a terrible start. Okay, I'm just going to be completely honest, that was significantly better. Holy crap. Alright, now lastly, I'm going to go ahead and start branching. Now, just like before, I'm just going to go ahead and do some routes. And right now, I feel a lot slower than I did before. Alright, just like before, now I'm going to go ahead and go on to just testing specific mechanics in branching. And the only thing I really want to test is going to be underbranching and the bridge glide like I did before. So let's go ahead and start with the underbranch. Now again, like before, there's a couple of places I want to try it on, so let's get on to that. Alright, for the last thing now, I'm obviously going to go ahead and do some bridge gliding. That honestly feels the exact same as it did before. Alright, now the answer to everything. Do long arms actually give you an advantage? Yes, they do, but only in a couple of situations. You see, long arms only gives you an advantage on ground and sometimes walls. But with branching, yeah, that wasn't the best performance from me. And the reason for that is because hitboxes are made smaller when you turn on world scale, which makes it harder for you to hit the branches. So in short, yes, they kind of do, but in long, not really. Alright, that is going to be the end of today's video. Make sure to go ahead and watch another video over there, and press the subscribe button over there or down below. Bye!